One moment, he was just reaching for a bottle of water. The next, he found himself on the pavement, wrists bound in handcuffs for wearing his army uniform. But those officers had no idea who they were actually confronting. This is the tale of how one soldier stood firm, and justice rose to the occasion. Before we jump into today's story, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The sirens erupted out of nowhere. 1 second, the scene was calm. The next, 2 police cars roared into the gas station on Maple Street. Tires squealed, red and blue lights flashed off the windows, and everyone inside the small convenience store froze. Sergeant Jamal Carter was about to pay for a bottle of water, dressed in his crisp Army Reserve uniform, badges gleaming on his chest. He'd just wrapped up a long day at Fort Henderson and stopped for a quick drink on his way home. But now something felt wrong. 2 white officers leapt out of the patrol cars. One was tall and wiry with a sharp jaw, Officer Ryan Mitchell. The other, shorter and stocky, was Officer Tom Bradley. They looked like they'd already decided something, hands resting on their holsters as they stormed into the store. "Out of the store now, hands where we can see them," Officer Mitchell barked. People flinched. A woman dropped her bag of chips, a man scribbling lottery numbers stepped back quickly, and the cashier ducked behind the counter. Jamal raised his hands, bewildered. "What's going on?" Mitchell zeroed in on him. "You're under suspicion for impersonating military personnel." Jamal's eyes widened. "Excuse me? I am in the Army." Bradley stepped forward, grabbed Jamal's arm and twisted it behind his back. The cuffs clicked shut before Jamal could say another word. The water bottle slipped from his hand and rolled across the floor. "You're making a mistake," Jamal said, keeping his voice steady. Mitchell smirked. "Yeah, they all say that." They hauled him outside and forced him to kneel on the scorching sidewalk. Cars slowed as passers-by pulled out phones, some filming the scene. Jamal didn't resist. He kept his head high, eyes steady, knowing the uniform he wore carried weight. These officers were about to learn what that weight meant. "I'd like to make one phone call," Jamal said calmly. Bradley laughed. "To who, your lawyer?" "No," Jamal replied, "my commanding officer." The officers exchanged a glance and shrugged. "Go ahead." Still cuffed, Jamal leaned to one side, pulled his phone from his pocket, and tapped a single name on the screen. It rang twice. "Colonel William Hayes, sir, this is Sergeant Carter. I've been wrongfully detained. They claim I'm impersonating military." Silence. Then a deep, measured voice. "Stay there. I'm on my way." Jamal hung up and looked at the officers. "Help is coming," he said evenly. They laughed again, but their amusement wouldn't last. 7 minutes later, 3 black SUVs pulled into the gas station. No sirens, they didn't need them. Men in dark suits stepped out, all wearing military badges and pristine uniforms. The atmosphere shifted instantly. Bystanders stepped back and even the noisy traffic seemed to hush. Then the rear door of the lead SUV opened. Out stepped Colonel William Hayes, tall, silver-haired, moving with the precision of a man who didn't waste a second. His uniform was adorned with more ribbons and medals than most had ever seen in person. He approached the 2 officers standing near Jamal and asked one simple question. "Which one of you is Mitchell?" Officer Mitchell raised his hand hesitantly. Colonel Hayes didn't raise his voice, he didn't have to. "I'm Colonel William Hayes. That man you've handcuffed is Sergeant Jamal Carter. He served this country for 11 years. You just put a decorated soldier in cuffs on a public sidewalk in full uniform." Tom Bradley swallowed hard. "We thought he was fake." "Did you ask for ID?" the colonel snapped. "No, sir." "Did you check his badge, his base permit, or even ask his name?" Bradley didn't respond. Hayes stepped closer. "You racially profiled one of our own. Now, both of you are under federal review for misconduct." A military lawyer stepped forward, handing over official documents. "You're on administrative leave, effective immediately. Your badges, weapons, and radios, hand them over." Ryan's jaw dropped. Wait, this is a mistake." "The only mistake," Hayes said icily, "was thinking you could treat a soldier like a criminal because of his skin color." He walked over to Jamal, still kneeling. "Get up, Sergeant," Hayes said, helping him stand. This shouldn't have happened, and it won't happen again. Cheers erupted from the crowd. One woman clapped loudly, another shouted, "That's justice." Mitchell and Bradley were escorted away by internal affairs, not in cuffs but with their heads bowed, their careers crumbling. Jamal stood tall, his uniform dusty but his pride intact. By the next morning, the video was everywhere. Jamal's arrest and Colonel Hayes' arrival played on TV, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. The hashtag Salute Sergeant Carter trended. Reporters swarmed the gas station, talk shows debated the story, and the mayor held a press conference. "I want to personally apologize to Sergeant Carter," she said, standing before City Hall. "What happened was unacceptable. Officers Mitchell and Bradley have been terminated, not suspended, not transferred, fired." The crowd cheered. Jamal watched from his couch eating a bowl of cereal, and didn't smile until the mayor added, "Sergeant Carter is a model of grace, honor, and patience. He deserves our respect, not suspicion." 2 weeks later, Jamal was invited to speak at the police academy. He walked into a room of young recruits with anxious faces. He didn't bring notes, he just spoke the truth. "Before you wear a badge, remember this," he said. "Power doesn't make you right. Listening does. Respect does. You see a black man in uniform, he's not your enemy, he's your brother. Ask before you act." The room was silent, then broke into slow applause. Back home, Jamal sat on his porch with a glass of sweet tea, watching the sunset behind the trees. He didn't seek revenge, he got something greater: respect, justice, and his story heard loud and clear. Respect isn't a gift, it's a right, earned, not questioned. Sergeant Carter didn't just clear his name. He showed the world what true honor looks like, proving that sometimes the strongest response is calm, quiet dignity.